Hello everyone, TooneySA with our commentary team of just Looper. So it's not really a team anymore, it's just a partnership. Say hi, Looper.
Hello.
And this time we're bringing for you the 10th track of the Time Trial Tournament, which is Dragon Mines. And so that we don't accidentally spend the entire video talking about the tech like we did with Blizzard Bluff, do you want to go through, as an expert of CTR, what kind of tech someone would usually do in Dragon Mines?
Tech-wise, Dragon Mines is not really an interesting track as well. Same as, what was it? Dingo Canyon. The thing is, there is only one pretty much a skip, which is through the mineshaft on the trail tracks, but which requires you to get a good speed, because when you get on the train tracks, your speed gets decreased and you may lose a lot of time for that. So yeah. Tech-wise, there is one big place where you can screw up, and that's near the finish, where because of the start line glitch, you can skip a lap even though crossing the finish line, and the lap won't count.
Yep.
So that's basically it for Dragon Mines.
I believe that actually, in a different CTR race we did a couple weeks ago, or I think it was about a week ago actually, it was the Polar Percent race, that actually happened to someone, in the race. Yep. They lost a whole lap. Still wasn't enough for me to catch up though. Messed up badly on Papu Papu. Let's just leave it at that. Alright, so I'm going to... can you see the shared screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, alright, I'll click play, and I'll just turn the volume down so that it doesn't overwhelm our ears.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Alrighty, this is going to be interesting.
You can see I've replaced Chambers' name entirely with just Dragon Mines now.
Nice.
Could be bothered to make a layout for 19 people, that's just so awkward. Dance Fanta crashing into a wall.
So far, Cola did the first lap the safe way, he didn't go through the water. Well, the thing is that going through water is, well, of course, a pretty trivial, yet a random thing. And also, you might hate Dragon Mines if you played multiplayer for too much, because a multiplayer version of this track doesn't have these wooden bars.
Oh, it doesn't?
Second half of the track. No, it absolutely doesn't, so you can drive freely in that section.
I absolutely hate this track, not gonna lie. It's probably my least favourite, track to try and do quickly.
What aspect-wise it's not your favourite?
I just don't like the one shortcut. I just really suck at it. So you can see pretty much everyone is doing this track safe bar a handful of people.
Yeah, I've noticed. No one is going for the mineshaft skip.
A couple have actually. Only one person is doing it successfully though. Everyone else is that's tried it messes it up.
Michael didn't seem to try it as well, even though he's racing people about it.
Yeah, Psychic Gamer didn't opt for that.
Well, but I can understand, because you also need a good angle to enter that little mineshaft without actually slowing down at all.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still using the speed engine, so it's a little bit tricky. Christian, King Dede coming off the track there for a second. Lots of flashes going on.
So it's top 3, as I could see. We have Second Gamer, Luke, and Aldo Lloyd. I think. If they're catching on this.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot to put the leaderboard at the bottom for this one, but it's okay. It appears at the end. I usually have the little icons at the bottom showing who's first and whatnot. Alright, so again, these are the usual suspects still hunting for first place in the tournament, even though Yo is way ahead. So you'll see
Yoga's
here...
car tends to glitch a lot.
You'll see here, this is where a couple of the characters actually go for the strat. Yoga being one of them, as you can see.
Yoga does it and fails it. Notice if he doesn't get crashed. Oh yeah,
he got crushed.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you almost make it, you have to touch the area on that bridge actually respawn back on the bridge, but if you don't, you'll respawn back to where you started.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like, it's that
Yeah,
little checkpoint thing. That's why I don't go for it. It's too risky.
That did cost him a lot of time, but if I were him, if I just crashed, I wouldn't have I would have like went for that. Marcus did it.
Yeah.
Marcus did it decently. Even though I won't call it like actually successful, but he did it decently.
Yeah, he made it, which is decent enough. Oh, Yoga off the track again. This was a terrible time for him.
Actually, what I've noticed, nobody's doing the U-turning on the circular part, which is the way to do it.
Oh, like the way you press like brake mid-air, right?
Yeah.
MTB with another successful.
Marcus does it nicely.
I think he's in first place currently, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he's kind of very close with Michael.
Oh no, he beats Michael. No, he does.
He beat him.
Yeah, he does beat Michael by like very like half a second.
By a very little margin, 10 milliseconds.
Yeah, like 10 milliseconds. I actually had someone comment on one of the videos being like, why are all of the videos out of sync? And like it's just purely because of different hardware and different recording always puts them out of sync no matter how beautifully I line them up.
Yeah. Basically, different frame rate, different hardware.
Yeah, so this is the best I can do.
Yeah, for next time we should like have a standard for it.
Yeah, like for Psychic Game, for example, like it looked like he was. Oh, here we go. Mine-shafted Yoga.
Mine-shafted Yoga.
No, look at just there's no speed at all, and yeah, straight off. Weird visual glitch there.
Spirals out of control. Yeah,
Whoa!
Yoga. This track wasn't. I saw he tried to do U-turning, but failed and gave up on that idea later.
Marcus getting his Mojo. This was his successful, showing off his success to some extent to get through there. He did it twice. Okay, mid-tier people. And Cola again because I was lazy to crop him out. Cola, you hear that? You're mid-tier now because you didn't come here for the commentary.
It just so happened that you did foresee Cola not making it, so that's why we put him in mid-tier prematurely.
Dancer crashing
like that
again.
Move.
He doesn't have a particular Danta.
Cola basically maintains his playstyle and his actual skill, which is kind of nice.
And Mayo actually got through the mine there as well. On lap 1.
Yeah, he did get through it.
Yeah, I think he was the only one out of the mid-tier people to go for it.
Which gave him a pretty good advantage. He is now beating all of you by a good margin, I'd say.
Yeah,
at least half a second.
Yeah, I think I'm the one that's closest to him at this point. Oh no, Cola. Cola's right behind him at this point.
Yep. You were really much closer, but no, Crystal Fisher is actually going really good right now.
Yeah, I must have had a really good lap 3 because I'm further behind than I expected.
You almost bugged out.
Oh, too close?
Yep. Yeah, that was a close one.
It's a weird glitch to have, really. You'd think that they'd expect... Oh, Mayo getting trolleyed.
You know what? It can actually also happen on Cortex Castle if you jump too high at the finish line. Cross it. The lap won't count. And that actually happened in multiplayer because, you know, when you have a red booster, with it you can crush people. And when you crush them, you jump. And so happened that stars were aligned the way that one guy jumped on one guy, crushed one guy, jumped high, and another guy popped in and he crushed him as well, and he jumped even higher, crossing the finish line. If I do have a video clip of that, I can send you it.
Yeah, go for it. That'd be
it's pretty hilarious.
Silliest laps to not count. Go there with the Papu's Pyramid laps to not count. Alright, Mayo Magic here.
I saw two of the racers calling this safe minecart at the same time.
Monkey Mayo Madness. Unfortunately, that's where Mayo had a little bit of a mistake. Getting carted there, losing all his speed, and then Monkey Man follows suit.
Yeah, that's what sucks about Dragon Mines. You can start with a good configuration and a bad configuration, which is the way the minecart positions itself. If you start with a bad configuration, the minecart will... The good configuration is when you approach a minecart as it's about to enter the mine shaft. That way you have the maximum time before the next minecart crushes you. And there's also a bad configuration where you don't actually see a minecart errors. You see the first and the second screens had a good configuration.
Oh, I'm getting
Space
cutted.
Whip, yeah, Nintendo Gen and Kindere. And Space Whip didn't have a pretty good configuration because he didn't see the minecart at the start. And that's why you cannot actually judge where the minecart is, so it's actually pretty risky going into the mineshaft for the skip.
Delay the first to cross to lap 2 there, Nintendo Gen going into crab mode.
Yeah, pretty weird. Mom was actually doing really great up until third lap, which was weird.
This is lap 2 still.
Yeah, and I'm talking about like the first time I saw it.
Ah, okay.
Space Whip getting pushed.
I think all of them except... no, actually all of them have some kind of mistake happen. So it ends up evening out a little bit, but Nina quite a bit behind.
Right now there's a battle between Today and Space Whip, and Kaz was actually kind of losing it.
Yeah, he's about a second or 2 behind there.
It'll only take one mistake from King Dede for Space Whip to actually catch up.
Oh, there we go.
And Space Whip. Space Whip.
Down with the fishes.
Joins the fishes.
I should have put that in part one of the highlights. Oh, there goes Dede off the side, giving a little bit of Nintendo Gen.
Nintendo had leadership, but
oh no!
You can't approach him. He hits the buzz, which brings King Dede back to the first place.
Yeah, oh, Nintendo Gen, what happened? Like, you actually had a pretty solid lap 2.
Take him, but
not quite. He was really close.
Yeah, if Kazu went for the skip instead, he would have made it.
That was an entertaining one between the 3. He was Spyro being squashed. It's kind of weird how he gets squashed here. He touches like the slightest angle of that protruding cliff. Gets crushed.
Those are polygons for you.
Yeah, it's really hard to think. And this was what put Nina completely out of contention. First that, tries to get out of it, and then bang! For good measure. That's a shame. The Nina nightmare. Okay, it should, once... that's it, it should come up with their thing now. So we can see, this is Marcus's first ever gold medal.
First
he gets
place?
30 points, yeah. Second place, Psychic Gamer. Again, very close behind with 25. Luke is in third with 22 points. Cola Pro about 2 seconds behind Luke for his 4th place finish. Me getting a 5th place finish for once, that's I'm really happy about. Al in 6th with 15. He was very, very close behind me, as you can see. Crystal Fisher, 138.
Al finished 3rd. That actually wasn't the case.
Yeah. Brandon got 8th, 12 points. Mayo Doctor 9th, 11 points. Lucas with 146 10th. So that's quite a big gap, isn't it? 9th and 10th. That's like where the big gap starts. Everyone else above that finishes quite close.
Like from 1 to 9th, we have pretty much a millisecond gaps. Whereas at number 10 starts a whole big 1 second gap.
That's like 7. That's 7. That's 7 second gap. 139 to 146.
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you want to read from Desert Monkey?
Yeah, sure. So Desert Monkey lost to 1 second to Lucas and ended up in 11th. That's 9 points for him. Monkey Man lost 2 more seconds. Whoops. Yep, thank you. Monkey Man lost another 2 seconds to Lucas. Desert Monkey. Which ended up in 8 points. That was a pretty close race between Monkey Man and Yoga. And almost 40 milliseconds.
Yeah. Like
40 millisecond margin between them. Yeah, a lot. And that ended up being 13th place. Danta made it 152, a 3 second gap. And that's a 14th place for you. King Daddy finishes 15th. Nintendo 64 16th. And a pretty emotional roller coaster we had there, with King Daddy failing first and Nintendo Gen. Kazuo made it to 17th, Mom's 18th, and Nine's 19th.
Yeah, with Chambers finishing at 20th, so that's why he's got the 0 points. Okay, then on the overall leaderboard, we can see Yoga still just under 50 points clear in first place, 254 points. Second, Psychic Gamer, 206 points. Third is Luke. That's another big, like 30 odd points gap. Cola Pro losing out to Luke there. He's dropped to definitive 4th position. I think they're on the same points last time around, which is why it's showing that he's gone down, but Luke stayed the same. So he's on 167 now. MTB with that big jump from 8th to 5th, 146 points. So he's within range of top 3 still, MTB, if he keeps it up. Al up 1 position. That's going to change once we get to the races Al didn't do, which I think might be the next race onwards. I'm not sure. Brandon in 7th place with 134, no movement from him. Chambers continues to plummet down, joint now with Brandon on 134. I'm still stuck at 9th with 114. Crystal Fisher, 98 points, up 2 places. A bit of a gap there between me and Fisher at this point. And Mayo Doctor, despite having a pretty good run, 97. You can continue, Looper.
Okay. The Zub Monkey went down on 11th place with 97 points. Well, actually, Mayo and Monkey are sharing the same place. And to be honest, if I would have picked, well, Mayo can actually overtake the Zub Monkey. So now it's basically up to Danta Fanta to actually either make it to the 12th or stay in the 13th place. He now has 82 points. Monkey Man is at 14th overall with 68 points. That's a pretty big margin between 13th and 14th. And it might take like Dumb Monkey Man finishing, somewhere around 10th, and Danta finishing way lower than that, and that may bring Monkey Man to
20 points Danta. Where they are is quite a big deal.
Yeah, and that actually has to be a pretty big margin between them in the next race, which means that Monkey Man has to finish at least a glorious 10 places over Fanta to overtake him. But there are still a lot of tracks to cover, so we'll see about that. Lucas finishes at 15th right now with 61 points. Hold up. Gotta clean my throat a bit.
I heard it start to creep in there.
Yeah. I was creeping up. I didn't want to blast at my microphone. I am staying at a glorious 16th place, with Nintendo Gen actually getting close to overtake me, as well as King Dedede. I'm at 45 points, and Nintendo Gen is 37 points at 17th place, and King Dedede at a glorious mature place at 18th with 33 points. Mom is actually doing pretty well with 20 points over there. As long as I remember, we have 6 more tracks to finish.
8.
And 8 more tracks.
Yeah.
My bad. And well, she can definitely overtake me in points overall. And yeah, Kazu as well, at 20th place with 18 points. Actually, all of them are actually able to overtake me with 8 more tracks to cover, but I'm not really sure about Nina if she keeps finishing in the last place. But I know that there are still chances for others to mess up so badly that Nina can end up a little higher.
Yeah, I'm going to predict that she makes it to around the sort of 15 point mark. She's guaranteed to get 1 point every track now because of Chambers dropping out. So she's just going to get 1 point.
Guaranteed. So that means she's guaranteed to get
16. Yeah, she's guaranteed for 16. So yeah, 16 points. I think she'll get no more than 20 if I'm being generous. So she's not in danger of overtaking you. Kazu, possibly. But again, if they're just getting 2 points per track, 8 times 2, 16 for Kazu, for example, is that enough to overtake you? Not quite, I don't think. I think it'd put him tied with you. Actually, I'm not sure.
No, he will get 34.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's way off.
Yeah, he's way off.
So yeah, the bottom 3, unless they really do well in later tracks, they're not really in danger of taking over you. But Dedede and Nintendo Gen, I'd say it's a safe bet that they're going to take over you.
Yep.
But yeah, any surprises in that particular track for you in terms of anyone that you thought did better than you expected?
Marcus, obviously.
Yeah, Marcus finishing
first. He was the only one who actually tried to act pretty brave, tried to risk it, and as you can see, it really did pay off.
Yeah, well, Mayo tried as well, didn't he? But it didn't go well, and Yoga, it went terribly.
Yeah.
So there was those elements, and like Mayo had that one good lap with it, and then the next lap he got hit by a minecart, so it kind of ended up being evened out by that mistake.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the next track coming up after Dragon Mines is Polar Pass, and then following that will be Tiny Arena, and then that's the third warp room done.
Another. So yeah, we're following a really good pattern, a really interesting track and a boring track, but at least 1.4 tracks are going to be the most interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to cover those actually. In particular, I think they'll be good watches, particularly because I think it was around Polar Pass, which is the next track. That was around the time where like pretty much everyone just like stopped practicing. So like, what you're gonna see now is people like literally just going in with very little practice. Like some people would like have 2 or 3 runs and then go for it. Like me, for example, I practiced each track a couple of times before doing them. And some people just went in blind from this point because they're like, I just want to speed my way to the end of the tournament at this point. So yep, thank you for joining, Looper, and see you on the next video.
Yeah, no problem. Yep, I'll be waiting.